my name is Valerie. Thanks for joining me on this Super Bowl Sunday. So today I'm going to be making a 7-layer dip, but I'm going to show you how I season my ground meat first. This ground meat that I'm going to be using today is ground turkey. You can choose to use ground beef, ground chicken, or ground turkey. This recipe that I'm going to be showing you is what I use for my weekly Tuesday night tacos. I season my meat the same way for when I make chili and when I make the 7-layer dip. It's simple. The ingredients you're gonna need is salt, pepper, paprika. Remember, I use my sofrito as my onions and garlic. You can choose to use them, freshly chopped onions and garlic. My children don't like the texture, so I use sofrito for my onions and garlic. And then 1 sazon packet. In traditional kind of tacos and chili, you'll find cumin and different ingredients used. I find the sazon packet makes my ground meat so flavorful, regardless if it's turkey, if it's chicken or beef. It works for all 3. So I'm gonna be using 2 packs of my ground meat today because we're gonna be about 6 today. This would probably work for about 6 to 8 people. So I have some oil, vegetable oil, that I started heating, and I'm going to be breaking up my meat. You want to break it up nice and small. Once my meat cooks is when I'll be adding my seasoning, and I'll show you what that looks like in just a few. So the meat's been cooking for, I've been, dicing it up and flipping it over, making sure that it's cooking. I did forget to mention you will need 1 to 2 tablespoons of either sauce or tomato paste. So I'm gonna begin. I'm gonna add some salt. I'm gonna add some black pepper, a little bit of paprika, about 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of my sofrito, and I just like to spread that across. My sazon packet. And it turns the meat such a great color. And now I'll do about 1 to 2 tablespoons of that sauce. And as I mentioned, this is the same ingredients that I use when I am cooking my empanada meat, when I'm cooking my Tuesday taco night meat, when I'm doing a chili, or when I'm making this 7-layer dip that we're gonna be using for our Super Bowl simple get-together, our quarantine Super Bowl event. So I am gonna continue to mix and stir until it's fully cooked, and I'll see you in just a bit. So this did require some patience. You have to keep continually turning and tossing your meat around and breaking it up into finely diced pieces. Just with a simple wooden spoon is what I was using. This is what my chicken ground meat looks like. Like I said, you can use ground beef, I use ground turkey today, but you can use ground chicken or ground beef. And this is about what it should look like. And then I'm gonna let this cool off, and then I'll build my 7-layer dip. The ground meat has been cooling off. I always put a separate plain ground meat just for the kids because they can scoop that up with chips. I always like to leave 1 on the side. So now we're gonna be doing the layering. For the layering, you'll need sour cream. You pick if you want green olives or black Kalamata olives. You can use diced lettuce. I'm using celery for that crunchy taste. You'll need either a refried beans if you can't find this, You can actually just buy Fritos bean dip flavor. It's delicious. Up to you if you want to use a salsa. I'm going to be using diced tomatoes with mine. You'll want a taco style shredded cheese. And I like to buy already packaged guacamole because whenever I have guacamole, it always turns brown. So I like to just buy the prepackaged one. Totally up to you. So let's begin the layering. I have my ground meat already cooling off. And now I'm gonna be putting my refried beans. I'm just gonna spread it all about. Just put it in different sections. And you can smooth it out with a spoon so that when you bite into these different layers, sorry, I'm gonna just take that top off. Just put it in different sections and then smooth it out. So when you bite down the chips, you get a little bit of meat and a little bit of beans. And like I said, you can pick whether or not you want to use ground meat or not. So I'm gonna just smooth this layer. Smooth it out. Okay. Smooth that out in all the areas. Okay. And I'm only using 1 can. You can use as much as you like. All right, the next layer I'm gonna use is, I'll put some shredded cheese. Actually, no, I'm gonna put the avocado on top. So I'm using the pre-packaged guacamole. You can put guacamole or avocados, whatever you have. And same thing, we'll be smoothing these over. It's a lot, you know, you have to be patient. It's a 7-layer dip. So it does take a little bit of time. I'm gonna use about 3 packets. And then I'll smooth it out. Oh God, it smells delicious. The guacamole smells amazing. We might need some more. Let me smooth that out. And with the ground meat and the beans and the guacamole, and remember the ground meat is seasoned with all of that sazon. Look how, oh, I wish you could smell it. It smells divine. So about 3 little packets did the job for me with guacamole. Okay. And then after that, I'm gonna put my cheese. And what's nice about this dish is you can make it beforehand. It's meant to be served chilled. So keep it in your refrigerator. And then, you know, a little bit before you, maybe half an hour to an hour before your guests arrive, take it out of the fridge. Okay, so that's enough cheese. And then I'm going to put some olives. We're using Kalamata olives. Just sprinkle that across. You can use green olives. We're gonna use those Kalamata olives. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of the tomato, oh, how can I forget? Sorry, the sour cream. Sour cream. So I purchased 2 containers of sour cream. I'm just gonna plop that there, and then like I said, I'm gonna smooth it over. You can use as much sour cream as you like. And if you wanted to put the sour cream under the cheese, you can do that. Layer it however which way you like. I'm only gonna use 1 container, totally up to you. And I am actually gonna leave it kind of looking like clouds. so that if someone wants the sour cream, they can dip their chip in that particular area. Same thing with the tomato sauce. Not sure how many people like the diced tomatoes, so I'm just gonna sprinkle that little red over the white sour cream so it looks prettier. And I don't like to put too much tomatoes. You can use the salsa for that little spicy kick. And then I love to put celery on top because it gives it that green, crunchy flavor. And one additional item I forgot to mention, if you wanted, are jalapeno peppers, which are already sliced for you. Jalapeno peppers, you can put just a couple on top. Let me get a spoon for that. I only put just a little bit because I don't know, you could put these on the side. I'm just gonna put 1, 2, 3, just 4, 5 of those on the side. And look at this delicious 7-layer dip. You wanna chill that in your fridge and serve that later. And I am just gonna scoop a little bit out because we're gonna be pairing it with Tostitos. Now it hasn't been chilled, but I just wanna show you how it looks just from the corner. You have the meats and the beans and the cheese and tomato and sour cream. And you just scoop that right there. I hope your family enjoys this 7-layer dip. Bye. How was that dip? Delicious? Yummy?
Very good.
Good, good. Enjoy.